Look at this graph. It shows the number of times AI was mentioned by top tech companies. Google said AI 140 times throughout earnings calls and Google I/O. Meta mentioned 87 times and Microsoft 61 times. Now take a look at Apple. They mentioned AI not once at their event. But now look at this graph. It shows the number of AI companies being bought out. And you notice that this time Apple is leading the charge. But this doesn't make any sense. Why is Apple spending over $1 billion on AI companies while not even mentioning the phrase once at their event? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of Apple? First, let's talk about what Apple's been doing behind the scenes with AI. The company assembled a foundational models team led by former Google engineers, and it is said that they've developed their own AI model called Ajax. They've also been rumored to have developed an AI chatbot similar to ChatGPT powered by Ajax. Apple has also quietly released model libraries to run on their chipsets and are supposedly bringing generative AI apps to macOS. And all of these efforts have been focused around Edge AI, or on-device processing, as that's a more privacy-oriented way of bringing AI into its products. But what products would be best to use this AI tech with? Siri. Since its introduction in 2011 with the iPhone 4S, the virtual assistant has generally been frustrating users and has been a laughingstock in recent years.
That's not nice.
This is especially true when you compare it to competitors like Google Assistant, which in recent years has run laps around Siri. But many of the companies that Apple has been buying are hinting at a massive Siri upgrade. Apple bought a company called Inductive to improve data, voices for better natural language processing, and posturing to make these AI-powered Siri features easier to integrate for iOS developers. Along with this, Mark Gurman has said that Apple plans to use large language models to make Siri smarter, which means for once you won't have to hear something like this when you ask it a basic question.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
In my opinion, there's a few reasons why Apple could actually pull this off. For one, they have their devices in the hands of over 1 billion users, and they make the software and hardware to power them. This tight integration is key to making on-device AI a reality. And I think this is even more likely since Apple bought a company called Nor.ai to improve its on-device processing for a fat $200 million price tag. Plus, a research team at Apple were able to squeeze a full LLM into a MacBook, and when they tested it, it ran between 4 and 25 times faster than other AI models, depending if it was running on CPU or GPU. I'll leave a link to the research paper down below because frankly, I'm too stupid to understand it, but it seems really cool. However, we have to talk about one thing. With WWDC less than 3 months away, everyone expects iOS 18 to be the time when Apple reveals all this cool, crazy new AI tech they've been working on to the public. But a bombshell headline dropped a few weeks ago stating, Apple and Google are discussing a deal to bring generative AI to iPhones. This is crazy because a few weeks ago, we thought that Apple was going to introduce their own AI model with their focus being on Edge AI, or on-device processing. But this is the complete opposite, being that they're just using Google's data centers and cloud networks. But I don't think that this is the final play for Apple. I mean, they've spent billions on AI up to this point, and just to throw it all away doesn't really make any sense. Plus, it's not the Apple way to rely on someone else's product or service. Just ask Intel. They always want to build it themselves and control the whole experience. I think the only reason that Apple is considering Google as an option is because investors are pressuring them to make their move on the AI game. I mean, the stock did drop a decent amount and Microsoft did overtake them to be the most valuable company in the world in 2024. So this is what I think will happen. If these talks do go through, Apple will use Google's Gemini to power all the LLM features on iOS 18 until the point where they can introduce and integrate their own fully built AI model into iPhones. And whenever this happens, I think Apple will give the boot to Google. But what do you think? You think Apple is going to be the dark horse in this AI race? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.